There is something wrong in the universe, and no one really knows what it means for the future. The James Webb Telescope has certainly discovered worlds that theoretically existed before the enormous detonation, which challenges the theory of the Big Bang and our entire cosmology to date. Science is faced with an apparently insoluble problem, although researchers like the Swiss Fritz Zwicky already knew this 100 years ago. He proposed potential explanations for our universe, and it is precisely this theory that has become relevant again today. Practically no schoolchild knows the name Fritz Zwicky, but we know names like Albert Einstein, Georges Lemaitre, and Edwin Hubble. These are the researchers whose theories laid the foundations of our cosmology for nearly 100 years. Albert Einstein described space-time, Lemaitre invented the Big Bang theory, and Hubble observed the apparent expansion of the universe. But today, all of these theories are being questioned, and the new wizard of telescopes is responsible for this, the James Webb Space Telescope. This marvel of technology has given us so many fascinating images of an unknown universe that we now know the old theories can only be false, or at least incomplete. Fritz Zwicky was a contemporary of these great researchers. This Swiss physicist, who also studied the movement of galaxies and the dynamics of the universe, proposed a theory that is once again relevant and is the subject of passionate debate today. The idea of tired light. Zwicky postulated that light is not constant, as Einstein claimed, but undergoes a physical change during its journey through time and space, which he called weariness. Einstein argued that nothing travels faster than light and that the speed of light is always constant, behaving in no way relative like all other known forces in the universe. It seemed logical that researchers had long used light and the speed of light as the main benchmarks to explore the universe and determine important values like distances and expansion rates. Before examining the conceivable flaws in these theories, let's take a look at some of the fascinating discoveries made by the Webb telescope. It has found absolutely impossible worlds with its ultra-sensitive sensors. The Webb telescope looks further into the past than any other telescope before it. Thanks to redshift spectrography, Webb can detect very faint and highly redshifted light. The first deep image of the universe showed worlds that existed 13.6 billion years ago. What is astonishing is that no galaxies existed at that time, which challenged the starting assumption that galaxies had formed after the Big Bang. This discovery started with the amazing finding by Ran Naidu, a Harvard student. He and his team announced the discovery of Glass Z13, a galaxy that clearly existed around 200 million years after the supposed Big Bang. This early age already suggested that galaxies might have evolved much faster and earlier than previously assumed. However, some researchers did not believe this at first. Next came GN Z11, with an estimated age of 13.4 billion years. This galaxy once again provided irrefutable evidence that the old theories are no longer tenable. GN Z11 is one of the most distant objects known in the universe and was originally discovered by the old Hubble Space Telescope. Its discovery was only confirmed by the new Webb telescope. GN Z11 allows for a better understanding of the formation of the first stars and galaxies in the young universe. Thanks to the incredible precision of Webb spectrometric measurements, it is now clear that stars and galaxies formed much earlier than we had previously known. CERS 93316 was discovered by the Vast Development Only Discharge Science Overview. Initially, this galaxy was estimated to be an incredible 13.8 billion years old, which sparked excitement among some researchers and created obstacles for others. Other galaxies allowed for the consideration of a much faster evolution of matter. This was, in a way, the flaw that all the researchers who were too eager to hold on to the Big Bang theory focused on. A galaxy as old as the Big Bang itself disrupts this image and seriously challenges the idea of the Big Bang. HD1 is another unusual galaxy with an estimated age of 13.5 billion years. It is one of the brightest galaxies among the very old ones discovered so far, indicating an unusually high rate of star formation. These are the kinds of facts that scientists are looking for, as HD1 could help us significantly deepen our understanding of the conditions and processes in the universe at that time. Let's take another look at EMA. CS0647JD is not one of the recently discovered, most unknown galaxies, but it does present some interesting characteristics. MS0647JD was discovered through gravitational lensing with the Hubble Space Telescope and then studied in detail with the Webb telescope. With an age estimated at 13.3 billion years, MS0647 JD is not one of the oldest galaxies, but strangely, it is one of the most evolved. It existed only 500 million years after the Big Bang, yet exhibits such a high degree of order and size that it should have taken several billion years to form. This suggests that the formation of this galaxy could have occurred before the Big Bang, which cannot be the case. These galaxies are just 5 of the 15 impossible galaxies confirmed, and there are many more. Zwicky already knew this 100 years ago. The key element scientists have used to study the universe has been misunderstood until now. Light is not constant, but wears out over time. Even small differences can modify distances by millions of light years, making our measurements completely inaccurate. Another possibility within this theory is that light behaved physically in a completely different way 13 billion years ago. You must imagine that the light hitting today's Webb telescope mirrors was emitted 13 billion years ago, or more, by stars that no longer exist. Of course, Earth didn't exist at that time, nor did our Sun, and it is very plausible that only a small precursor of our galaxy existed. These beams of light traveled an incredibly long distance over an incredibly long time, while space itself expanded. If the idea of the expansion of the universe is true, this expansion could have stretched the light, but we are not sure. We have no way to measure or study the original light. We can only deal with the light that has traveled this long journey. Despite these challenges, these faint light signals are truly miraculous. The mysteries of time and space, along with the journey of light, now allow us to study the universe as it was 13.5 billion years ago, and that's fantastic. Interpreting these signals is truly a guessing game. Researchers must take all known constants and qualities and deduce from them comparable properties and meaning. This is how our theories and explanations are born. In addition to light, there are several other quantities that researchers use to measure and describe space. These are certain phenomena that always behave in the same way or consistently. If it turns out that this was precisely the error, we would face a complete reorientation of science. R. Dragupta is a Canadian researcher who, in 2023, advanced a theory showing that even a small change in cosmic constants would rapidly lead to an older universe. But it's not just the age of the universe that would change. Factors related to expansion and origin could also be completely different. Gupta presented a coherent calculation in which the universe could be 26.7 billion years old. However, he also showed that with a small additional adjustment, the universe could be 40 billion years old. This would simply explain why we see masses of galaxies in the Webb images, suggesting an older universe. Gupta also takes into account Zwicky's ideas and shows that our image of the universe turns 180 degrees when considering just this one small component of tired light. Science cannot remain static. It is fascinating to observe the scientific world reacts to the new circumstances. The American astronomer and astrophysicist Michio Kaku is one of the most enthusiastic people about these new discoveries. Kaku is considered an exceptional researcher who has written many books to bring the mystery of the universe closer to ordinary people. He enthusiastically explained that the Webb telescope completely reshapes the map of science, and that Kaku rejoices in these changes. He has known for a long time that something wasn't quite right. In addition to his enthusiasm for the apparent universe, he is a remarkable expert in quantum physical theory. The quantum world and classical physics still don't quite fit together, which proves once again that there must be a gap in the system. Other researchers, like the expert of the Webb telescope project, John Mather, stick to older theories. Mather stated to the press that he firmly believes that the Big Bang, which occurred 13.8 billion years ago, is correct and that matter and systems formed more quickly than previously thought. A third scientific genius, whose name is currently widely discussed in the press, is Roger Penrose. A few years ago, this British scientist proposed the hypothesis of a cyclic universe, where there is a kind of base matrix that transports the idea of matter from one ancient universe to a new one. According to this model, all information is stored when a universe dies, and in this way, matter could be semi-recycled into a new universe. This could have led to a faster arrangement of stars and universes. Penrose's model also predicts that black holes play an essential role in these cycles. In his model, they are the last objects or entities that remain at the end of a universe, after having absorbed all the matter. It either evaporates or collapses at lightning speed. This collapse moment is actually the idea of the birth of a new universe. Surprisingly, several American research groups proved in 2023 that our universe could theoretically have been created inside a black hole. Subscribe now and stay tuned for more videos.